Hello. Alright. So I decided I'm gonna write a blog post on this distance function generation. So I got started on that and I took a few pictures. Yeah, so we're just gonna continue writing that. So I started it by just explaining the voxel generation, because that's really the base of it. Generate some random voxels. Oh yeah, I got the generation working off stream yesterday, so that's awesome. I meant to turn the music off. Sorry. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep writing this because I want to get it done. I don't think I'm gonna talk much. I was saying the other day I've been trying to talk less on stream because I think it makes me I don't work as fast. So, yeah. Just looking at how I did some of these other blog posts. I'm trying to keep the style like the same. I think we're good. Yeah. Alright. You know what I just noticed? Even though this is HTML, this isn't really highlighting that much. Hold on. I'm actually curious if I can get a better highlighting scheme. Oh my god. Okay, so that's what I thought. This style I'm using actually doesn't have proper highlighting for HTML. Or actually, I guess it does. It's just very subtle. It just has white highlighting. No, actually, it's like completely missing on highlighting. Shit. I'm actually tempted to go into the code of this because I don't want to change around. You know what? Or I could just use Visual Studio. Oh yeah, okay. So for a second I thought the Windows 10 search wasn't gonna work because the Windows 10 search is fucking horrible. I still don't like that. And Visual Studio is slow. You know what I'm thinking of doing? I'm literally thinking of opening the GTK color style and changing this because I know how, and I edit lots of HTML files. I don't know. Maybe I'll just use one of these other ones. I feel like that one is actually really good for okay, that's weird. The my scroll bar is off. Hello, Apache 64. This is a CM Storm. I don't know what version of keyboard is. It's a kind of CM Storm. It's a mechanical. Well, I don't think I need to tell you it's a mechanical keyboard. Yeah, I'm just thinking how. I guess I'll open the Unity project now. I'm thinking how I want to start, how I want to go from the voxels to the sign distance function. Also, I have like a finished version of the voxel source code. I'm wondering if I should put it like down here. I'm thinking right at the very end of the post.
I am impressed.
Thanks for the follow, I Mary. So right now I'm just doing this in text areas, which in HTML looks horrible, but the reason why, so I just do this to write out the code, and then in the actual finished, oh my god, like, do you guys see this white border on the top of, what is going, my Windows 10 is actually like broken. Do you see this white border on the top of my Windows? Oh wait, okay, so it's just in Firefox. What the hell, man? Maybe I need to restart Firefox. Anyways, we go through and we put this through an HTML generator to make it look nice in the end. Okay, yeah, and I should test this code in Unity just to make sure everything works. Alright, so now we're going to check and see if this fills in the voxel chunk with the shape of the sphere. It should. Yeah, there we go. So there is a sphere made out of voxels. So I'm gonna tilt. Okay, I'm trying to tilt the light so that it gives a good angle from the camera. Oh my god, it's because the camera isn't at an angle. So I'm trying to snap a picture. Why is it... Wait. What is happening here? Why is this not resizing? Does it resize without anti-aliasing? Oh, weird. Okay. So there's a bug with anti-aliasing being applied and stretching the screen. I'm just thinking, do I want to fix that bug right now? I think I might continue writing the blog post and then we work on fixing this. I don't know. See, my thing is this might be a very quick fix. If post effects or anti-aliasing, set the render target to either MSA buffer or the post buffer 1, then set the viewport to the target width or height. Oh yeah, and I also need to check that we resize the anti-aliasing buffers as we need them. MSA. So I think this is probably where the error is. This isn't resizing for whatever reason. If equals null or buffer smaller than or smaller than. So if it's either smaller than the target, then if it doesn't equal null, then the max is between the current target I wonder if there's something about the setting viewport here. Where for whatever reason it doesn't Oh, okay. It could be that the pixel rect doesn't actually represent. It might be that the pixel rect changes. When I change the viewport. Maybe Blit doesn't use set viewport. Oh my god, so I wonder if there's no way to apply the viewport scaling to this. Here is scale and offset. But that's not the same thing as setting the exact pixel rect. Let me just test that the pixel rect is changing and that this is what's being called. Yeah, so the pixel rect is changing. You can actually see it changing even in the editor here. So I wonder if it's literally set viewport not being applied. I wonder how I would test if set viewport is being applied all the way. I guess first of all, I can put in a skybox. Or actually, you know what, we'll put in a cube or something in front of us. Or a sphere. So yeah, it's getting distorted even outside play mode. Yeah, and then no anti-aliasing fixes it. Okay. So our pixel rect is correct. It's just as if set viewport isn't being applied. So if, oh man, if set viewport doesn't work, that's actually really fucking bad. Because I rely on that in so many places to be able to render to the correct parts of the screen. And having to do that with Blit would be fucking annoying as hell. Target width and height are the pixel width, aren't they? Yeah, camera pixel width, pixel height. Yeah, Yeah, so like I know the set viewport works for this, but it doesn't work for Blit for whatever. Or like I'm assuming it doesn't work for Blit because it seems to be just rendering this fully. I wonder if I did Blit null here, so that it just renders to whatever the current render target is, that would work. No. Okay, so this is an interesting question. Does just removing set viewport change anything? Like, this is what yeah. Like, the render target is a different size, and that's what causes the main issues. Like, what's really annoying here is that why I was doing this is so that I don't have to keep reallocating render textures, which is slow, when you can just reuse one that you've already allocated. But if you can't render to different sized render textures, which is insane, that's a basic thing in like OpenGL and DirectX, there's no way that Unity doesn't support this. So the question is that why does it not work with Blit? Why does it not work with Blit? Alright, so does changing set view, so since this isn't working, this should change nothing. Yeah, so set viewport literally isn't having an effect on Blit. That's kind of crazy. Like actually really fucking crazy. Scale to be applied to source texture coordinates, offset to be applied to source texture coordinates. So yeah, I guess I need to use the built-in scaling, which is fucking ridiculous. Oh my god, man. There's some stuff in Unity that there's just, it's a waste of time complaining about it, but some of the stuff in Unity, like the whole reason, I say this many times, the whole reason I use Unity, and I'm sure tons of other people use it, is because you expect it to work out of the box. You expect it to make things easier for you. And then you're stuck with things like this, where it makes it insanely complicated to do something that's super simple to do in your own engine or system. And it leaves you wondering, why the fuck am I using Unity? So what I think I'm going to end up doing is I'm not going to spend extra time trying to get this more optimized version working. I'm just going to reallocate the buffers every time, because I guess Unity doesn't want me to be efficient and reuse textures. I swear to God, there has to be a way to blit and get set viewport to apply. Alright, let's just go through this and make sure this all works. Like, there's probably something I'm just misunderstanding here. Alright, so our rendering buffers are actually smaller because... Actually, this is a good question. Is Unity actually rendering to the full buffer for whatever reason? I don't think so. I think it's rendering like right here. Let's think about this. So if it was rendering right there, but then stretching that out to the full screen. Yeah. Okay, I think I actually know what's happening. I think I'm wrong. I think set viewport is working, and I think that blit isn't applying the right part of the texture. I think I can get this just by doing a source texture scaling. But I'm just thinking if I would need to do that during the post-processing at all here. Like, this is my issue, is I think the graphics.blit takes in literally the whole target texture. So I'm wondering how I do this so that it has pixels to pixels. I'm thinking... I think I have to do scale and offset. I need to look up how this scale and offset work. I think I might need to do a custom shader to do this. There's people saying the offset and scale doesn't work well. But let's try it. Scale and offset, apply small offset. Let's see if this works. Alright, definitely offset it. Let's try scaling it then, and we'll see what happens when we scale it back, if it scales from the center or the corner. hard to tell. It looks like it's scaling from the center. I think to test this I need like a proper background or something. I don't know, I'm just gonna try to do the scaling values that we would need to fix this and see if that fixes this. So I believe what we have to do is the MSA buffer dot width, we gotta scale it back depending on how much bigger it is than the target width or height. I think that's backwards, and we actually need to divide the one by the other. Make this quick. I'm just gonna invert it. Do 1 divided by. Oh my God, we got it working. Oh my God. So, okay, here's the issue with this. And this is, yeah, so this is actually gonna mess stuff up in the system. So this post-processing stack system I made depends on Blit just working properly, like you being able to just say like if you want to just call Blit, you can just like, you should just be able to call Blit and it just copies the texture data, or it calls your material shader. But the issue is now I need to apply offset and scaling here, which means like that's not built in to the material pass, because the whole idea is that like if you're doing offset and scaling, it's in your own custom shader. But now it means that in your custom post-processing effect, you actually need to include scaling. Like, this is so stupid, because Unity can easily just, oh man. What is the solution here? Like, so I say what is the solution, but what is the good solution here? Because like I said, I could literally just resize these render textures every single time, and it would like waste memory, but it would work perfectly for this. You wouldn't need to worry about any scaling or anything. So it's like a question of, do I want to make the post-processing more complicated and make it in a way a little bit more efficient? Oh yeah, actually I don't even know if it's making it more efficient, because changing the render size barely ever happens in Unity. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about optimizing this actually, now that I think about it, because you barely ever change the screen resolution in Unity. Alright, so we're gonna rewrite this to just reset whenever the width or height changes. We're just gonna resize the buffers. Alright, so this is funny because this is something that I would do in my own engine to make it more optimized, but then doing it in Unity actually makes it more complicated than doing it in your own engine. And like most developers, when you're doing graphics programming in Unity, you don't even bother allocating your own render textures. You use like I think it's render texture allocate temporary or get temporary, whatever the temporary system is. So now I'm not even sure if I need to do set viewport. Yeah, so now I don't think I even need to change set viewport because it's literally going to be the same through all of the rendering. While I'm here, I was talking, I think I'm going to fix this where I said I was going to make it choose the spotlight based off the closest one. Oh man, I shouldn't do too much. I should get back to writing this blog post. I'm just looking at where I should set. I think right up here is actually, oh, we don't actually have our command buffer yet. Wait. Where do I allocate this command buffer? Oh my god, I forgot I just reuse one command buffer for all of this. I can't remember when I need to execute command buffer. Like, there's a reason I can't. I think it's, oh yeah, it's because I need to do context draw renderer calls. Okay, so this is good though. We can do, we can basically set the rendering properties here. Oh wait, yeah, the camera pixel. Okay, I remember what the issue is now. Now the camera pixel rect doesn't exactly match the width and height, which is what we center our rendering around. Oh yeah. So this renders directly to the pixel rect, but any of our post-processing effects go through a buffer first, and then right at the end we blit to the pixel rect. Okay. Okay, actually, wait a minute. Sometimes this doesn't run anything, and this executes when it doesn't need to. This clears the render target, executes command buffer. I'm wondering if I could combine this command buffer call with these. I think I could, because I think anytime it's going to be running this, it's going to be running one of these and then executing them, so we don't actually need to execute this here. So we always clear depth. Okay, so this is actually something... this is something I should do differently. Does clear flag skybox include clear flag's depth? I actually can't remember how this works. Don't clear skybox depth only. Yeah, so skybox and solid color both clear depth. So this is kind of missing the option of clearing solid color but not clearing depth. Huh. Alright, so going through this, we execute these. Then we draw the renderers, opaque and then transparent. Post-processing. Okay, so these are all stacked up in the command buffer, which is actually good. That's a really good way of doing it. And then it executes all of these at once if they're executed. So yeah, after this, the context doesn't need to execute anything. Just does another... Okay, so we actually only need this right here. Or we could, the way we could do it is if post effects, or no, we could just do it at the end of this. Execute and clear. Alright, that should work properly now. Oh yeah, look at it working properly. Look at how amazing that is. It's rendering completely fine. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to render. Yay! Look at it render properly. Okay, so if I had to guess, that's actually an issue with this clear render target. Yeah, so that's what I thought. It, you know what, I don't even know what's happening now. I guess this isn't resizing properly. Is this not clearing depth? We're gonna debug this of what camera clear flags there are and whether or not these are returning. Like, this is what I don't get, is it not returning true for has camera clear flag depth? Oh my god, no, so it's not clearing depth, it's returning false for clear depth. What the hell? So maybe I need like some custom clear flags or something. Clear only the depth buffer. See, this is so weird because this should give you options to like clear the color and then like not clear depth, not depth only. So what is the way of doing this? I almost wonder if I could do a custom clear flags on the camera. I don't think I should bother though. I think I'm just gonna go with what Unity has built in here. I'm just thinking how we're gonna do this. So if not, or wait, yeah, See, it's weird because it has the has flag, but you can only select one of these. So it doesn't actually like matter that it has flag. You could basically just do if equals. It's so weird. Alright. And then our skybox is automatically drawn right here, right? Yeah, if... So right before transparent, we draw the skybox. Okay. So now is everything working properly? Now everything is working properly. Hallelujah. Okay. So that was a bit of getting sidetracked, but you gotta fix bugs. Fixing bugs when you find them is way quicker than leaving the bug and then like forgetting about it, like, and forgetting about it until like weeks later and then going back to it and going, oh yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to resize this up a bit, take a picture of it, or actually, better than resizing, lower field of view, zoom in, we're going to take a picture of this and use it for the blog post, and this also confirms that our code is working. I almost feel like I should make it a bit brighter. Is it because of the material I'm using? Am I in linear or gamma? I am in linear. Weird, this is like full intensity. I guess it's just the angle that it was on, whatever. Voxels, voxel sphere. Is there any code that's different here between our procedural test and Yeah, a little bit. So we'll copy that over. I wonder if I should do what I did here, where I like put the code beside the image in a table. I could have the code right here. Then I could have the image right there. Yeah, I'll put it in a table and we'll see how it looks, and then see if I want to move it back. I don't know. On one hand, it actually seems like it would be better right there. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Keep it simple. I also feel like I should give more info on the algorithm at the beginning. Okay, that's weird. My Windows borders are like bugging out this morning. Like this little white border on the edge of Firefox, I like can't click it, or it like clicks the next window backwards. It's such a weird Windows 10 bug. I've never seen this before. And it's like happening on gedit too, but you can't see the border, but you can click. Like if I click back here, it'll go to the back window. Such a weird Windows 10 bug, man. And vertices towards the surface, which is defined by the distance function. Using the distance function gradient. function. I feel like that's almost too complicated to put in the first sentence, but it explains it so well. How the algorithm works by generating a voxel mesh and warping vertices towards the surface using the gradient of the distance function. I'll be writing all the example code in C#. Yeah, I think that puts it pretty well. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Alright, hold on. I've been talking for a bit. My throat is getting sore. I'm going to get some water. I will be right back. Also, hold on. I'm going to check Discord. Alright, hold on. I just realized we actually don't need to check if y equals 0. At least, so in this one I actually do, because I'm still sampling voxels. But because I'm sampling the distance function, I actually don't need to check this. But I guess I should. And so if this is minus, then this is negative 1y, or I want to say negative vy. Negative ws maybe. I want to say it's negative hs. I think that's... We'll test and see if this works. Yeah, because subtracting 1 from this, since it's multiplied by ws or hs, it's the same scale. Yep, that's how you do it. Okay. Alright, now we're going to see if that works. Directly setting it from here. So this should also create the same sphere as last time, and it did. Alright, everything works. It's all good. I don't know if I want to post this whole... I don't want to post this whole thing again, I don't think so. So how do I want to do this without pasting the whole thing? I guess I could just represent it with like commented out. And then see, I almost think it would be, ah man, in one way it's more complicated posting all the code again, and on the other hand it's actually simpler because there's like just little changes like where this code is. Yeah, I think just posting the whole thing. Nah. Let's just try putting these all together. See how that looks. No, yeah, it's confusing not having it in the same code. In the same part of the code. I guess maybe if I separated it. Do it small like that. Yeah, like, I'm really deciding. On one hand, I think it would be easier to just copy and paste all this code in there, and then people can. But then, like, people might not notice that there's very small little changes here. Instead of just having the small changes, but then it doesn't include all the code. Yeah, I feel like just, man, I kind of think just posting all the code is actually best. Let's see how this looks, and then we'll decide. I don't think it'll look that good. Now we're going to make a generator work directly from the distance function, create a copy of voxel chunk, name it SDF chunk. We have a distance function reference using delegate. Instead of checking if a voxable is true, we check if the distance function returns smaller or equal to 0. Yeah, I'm going to do that just to make it smaller. Oh my god, Gedit in Windows is really bugging out this morning. switching out the voxel chunk for SDF chunk on game object and in procedural tet. Put this text right up here. Alright, now we're going to do the final the surface clamping or whatever it is. I feel like I should figure out a better name for this by warping vertices towards the surface than... Yeah, I just found a better way to describe this. Works by generating a voxel mesh and snapping the vertices towards the nearest point on the surface. I'm thinking of things I can do to make this better, like limiting the amount of scaling done or things like that. I think I'll need to mess around with it to get a good feel for it. Yeah. Like, I feel like instead of doing multiplied by gradient scale, I also do a minimum distance or scale, so that way you can change how much, what the maximum amount of distortion is. What do I call this part of it? I'm thinking calling it snapping to surface. So I think we're going to actually test this and see if it works. Alright, so that should work to do the generation. We're going to test it out. Hey, it worked. Yay! It's really nice when you just write some code and it just works. There's a lot of code in this blog post. Like, this actually has more code than most of the blog posts I do. Is there a way I can get shaded wireframe to actually look decent? I don't know why the shaded wireframe doesn't draw properly. Whatever. I guess I'm good with this. We'll zoom in on this and capture a screenshot of it. So I also think I might add a section to this that's like what can be improved. Yeah, I feel like I can add to it as well. So I am gonna do a link and say like here's the finished code for the voxel chunk and here's the finished code for the SDF chunk. And then I'm gonna do like the fixed up procedural SDF chunk I have here. I think that's good. Right now though, I'm pretty happy with this blog post right now. It looks pretty good. It's got like I really like how it shows the whole evolution from voxels to sphere. All right. I'm gonna like restart my computer or something or close this, see what I can do to fix that. I'm gonna go have lunch too. I will be back later. Not sure when, but we'll finish this blog post today, I think. There's some other stuff I want to upload to my website. And yeah, like I said, there's just a little bit left on the blog post, so not that much left. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll see you around. Bye-bye. Have a good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are.